Hello, everybody, and welcome to Buckeye, Arizona, as we have a game between Paradise Valley High School and Buckeye High School. Tyler Worker alongside Diego Iniguez, and we have quite a matchup. Of course, Paradise Valley entering this game with a 2-4 record, and their rank in the state is 87. Their last game, they were able to win against Gila Ridge, and they won 16-6. And also, as for Buckeye High School, they were able to have they're walking into this game with a 1-2 record, 1 win, 2 losses, and of course, they lost their they lost. Got some notes blown up in the wind. But anyway, last game at Estrella Foothills, they lost 13-1. So how are they going to get themselves back into play here against a team that has won their last game?
Well, for example, if you're Buckeye, you got to just be. I mean, this Paradise Valley team, they've got a lot of talented players on their team. They've got some really good hitters. Um, they've got a lot of guys who have gotten a lot of extra base hits this year. So if you're Buckeye, the number one priority I would say for you tonight to win this game is to pitch well.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how this game's gonna look in terms of the ball being out in the outfield. It's a windy day here, so of course the ball's gonna be traveling when it's hitting the outfield. So that might actually play a difference in today's game. As we know, our notes were just blown away, so I couldn't really stop but to laugh at that. That was kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, it's a windy day here. We're about to get set here again. Starting off is gonna be for Paradise Valley, number 8, Joey Jankowski. Jankowski's playing the center field position today. So here we go. First pitch of the day is underway. Here comes the first pitch, and it's going to be right down Main Street for a strike. It's going to be an 0-1 count to start this game off.
Joey Jankowski, he's batting 368 so far this year. The team leader in runs with 8. That's a ball outside.
So it's going to be a 1-1 count quickly here. Here comes the third pitch. This one's going to be just in the zone on the outer part of the plate. It's going to be a strike, 1-2 the count.
Buckeye pitcher Kasai Thornburg is a junior. Also plays in the infield when he is not pitching.
Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be sky high. And looking under, it's going to be the center fielder, Ferrero, as he makes the catch. Quickly one out in this inning to start this game off. Adrian Ferrero was able to track that one down. That was a nice routine fly out right there. Quickly one out in this inning, retiring Joey Jankowski.
And up next now for PV is Braden Lewis. He is a junior, batting 353. And the first pitch is inside. It is ball 1. Once again, this Paradise Valley team is 2-4 this year. They got some really good hitters on this team.
Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be just in the outer part of it. Now, the umpire today, the home plate umpire, has his strike zone a bit expanded today. Of course, not really narrow in this game. Of course, that would look to be a ball, but that's going to be in the zone for a strike. It's going to be a quick 1-1 count with one out in the first inning. This one's going to be well outside of the plate on the outer part. It's going to be a ball, 2-1 the count.
Yeah, and it really just depends on of course, it really just depends on the umpire you have. Some have wide strike zones, and some have really good strike zones.
And this one's going to be a foul tip into the mitt. Quickly evening up the count. It's going to be a 2-2 count here.
Two the count. Ball 3. And if you're Buckeye, you want to get this guy out because you don't want to leave any potential runners on base for OB Ortiz, the runner on deck for Paradise Valley, the best hitter on this team.
Kasai delivers in a full count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be foul, sky high, well above the Paradise Valley dugout, which is on the third base side.
The pitch inside, ball 4.
So first runner on base for Paradise Valley is going to be a walk, and that walk will be given to Braden Lewis. Braden Lewis today is playing the first base position, so he's going to join another first baseman known as Alex Coronado, who is both at first base now. And again, helping Kasai Thornburg behind the plate is going to be Sebastian Droing. He actually been heating up as well. I mean, 3 RBIs in his last couple of games. He's been on fire lately. That's a guy to really just help out Thornburg behind the plate, but also just help out the team at the plate when he's at bat. So keep an eye out for Sebastian Droing doing all the work as a catcher. Here comes the pitch. Inside, it hits number 4,
OB
Adair
Ortiz.
Ortiz. And Ortiz is going to walk it off and walk his way to first. That's not what you want to start off this game, because you got a guy now in scoring position, you got another guy at first base, so, and there's only one out. So you either got to turn 2 here, or you just got to work the strike zone a little bit, and that's exactly what Kasai Thornburg has to do. But of course, not off to a hot start right now, especially with one out. But they can still get out of this jam here.
But they got to get through Connor Mitchell. He's actually the only player on either one of these teams to hit a home run so far this year.
Yeah, Connor Mitchell was able to hit that game in last game. He was actually player of the game in last game. That was up against Gila Ridge. Of course, they won that game 16-6. But yeah, of course, Connor Mitchell, the senior, he could play first base, third base, and a right-handed pitcher. So he's a versatile player, and that's exactly what we're starting to see in this field of baseball. A lot of players trying to be two-way position players, and here we're seeing a three-way position player known as Connor Mitchell. So here comes the pitch. This one's going to be right down Main Street for a strike. That had some spin on that one. It's going to be an 0-1 count with one out. Yeah, he had a home run in his last game, and of course has a .412 slugging average too. So he is certainly heating up in this game as well. So again, number 12, Connor Mitchell, is in this 0-1 count with one out with 2 on. Here comes the pitch. Mitchell's going to look at this one, go right by him, right outside the plate. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 1-1 count.
One of the things I've noticed so far in this game is it looks like Buckeye is really worrying about PV and steals, but PV's not a team that likes to.
The check back to second. He is safe. Again, number 3 having to get back was going to be Braden Lewis. He got back there safely. It's going to be an even count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out with 2 on here in the top half of the first inning. Again, they play 7 innings in high school. In college, they play 9. So expect a 7-inning game, maybe a mercy game, or maybe an extra inning game. We'll see, as we're just in the very beginning of this game. Here comes the pitch to Connor Mitchell, who had a home run last game. It's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be a 1-2 count. That ball had some spin on it, just edging the outer part of the plate in the zone. It's going to be a strike. You guys can probably hear the wind. It is still windy. Of course, that might play a factor in today's game.
As I know from firsthand experience.
So here comes the 2 on with 1 out pitch. This one he swung on and missed. Kasai, as it's going to be Kasai Thornburg getting his first K of the day, and that's being up against one of Paradise Valley's finest, known as Connor Mitchell. That was a great K right there. 2 outs in this inning. Looks like Kasai can get out of this jam.
And now we have Tommy Marshall. He will also be the starting pitcher for the Trojans tonight. And he is the team leader in doubles so far this year with 2.
Here comes the pitch. This one he swung on and tapped right over the head of a jumping David Castenda and into the outfield. Coming home to score and almost going to be sliding, but he decided to stand up on that one. It's going to be number 3, Braden Lewis. He is safe. Paradise Valley, the first one on the board to strike first. So it's 1-0 here. That was a great hit right over the leaping David Castaneda. So now they got runners at second now. Second and first. They still can score here, as here comes number 1, Jorge Hernandez. Jorge Hernandez today is playing the shortstop position today for Paradise Valley. They look over to second. He collects himself. Kasai Thornburg delivers. This is going to be sky high, and it's going to be skying above the first baseman who makes the catch. It's going to be Alex Coronado. Makes a beautiful infield fly. And now that's going to do it. One on and no one on the board thanks to Paradise Valley. We'll be back here in the bottom of the first inning here on Varsity Show. So we are back here on YouTube on Varsity Sports Show 2, to be specific. Here between Paradise Valley and Buckeye High School, Braden Lewis was able to score the first run for Paradise Valley. 1-0 to score here as we enter the bottom half of the first inning. Tommy Marshall on the mound for the Trojans today. Of course, coming out of Phoenix, Arizona, coming all the way out here to Buckeye to play this game. Of course, it's been a windy game. We felt some raindrops, and now we're starting to see feel some raindrops again. So very bipolar weather in today's game. That might play a factor in this game. Who knows? But Tommy Marshall is going to start this bottom half of the inning for Paradise Valley on the mound. Stepping up first for Buckeye is going to be number 9, Mako Morales. Mako Morales today is playing the shortstop position today for Buckeye. So here comes Mako Morales. Yeah, just hopefully this rain passes, because of course it was coming down pretty hard earlier, but now it's kind of settled. So Mako Morales going up against Tommy Marshall. Again, 1-0 the score. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be right down the middle for a strike. It's going to be an 0-1 count. Starting him off with a nice fastball.
Morales is batting .333 so far this season.
This was going to be chopped right to the third baseman. He's going to flip it over to first base, and it's going to retire Morales.
Number 25 for the Hawks, David Castaneda.
Here comes David Castaneda, who's playing first base today for the Hawks. Here comes the pitch. This one be swung on and tapped right to the first baseman as he steps on the bag. Immediately a quick bottom half inning we are seeing now.
2 down, bringing number 22, Braden Lamb, up to bat for the Hawks.
And that's a big out if you're Paradise Valley, because Castaneda is the leading stealer on this team. He actually has the same amount of stolen bases, 5, as the entire Paradise Valley team this year. Up next, we got Braden Lamb.
Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike.
Lamb batting .143 so far this year. He is playing in left field so far today. That is outside for a ball.
Yeah, trying to just work with the zone here, trying to find out what's called the strike and what's called the ball. That was just inching the outer edge of the plate. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 2-1 count with 2 outs. And again, Paradise Valley with just 1 hit on the board. Hawks trying to get their first hit. This one's going to be a nice changeup right down the middle to even the count at a 2-ball, 2-strike with 2 outs situation. Let's see if Tommy Marshall can get out of this inning. Here comes the pitch. This one is swung on and hit right to Marshall. Marshall's going to fire it over to first baseman, Braden Lewis, and that's going to do it. We now at the top of the second inning. It's 1-0. Paradise Valley on the board first.
1, Hawks yet to score.
So we're back. Shout out a nice fan to our right side to give us an umbrella, because it is raining here in this game. And it's weird just because I feel like it's like one half of the field that's raining. The other half is probably bright as day. It's cleared up. It's just what it's like living in Arizona. So, of course, on the mound, Kasai Thornberry got 1 strikeout in the first inning. He's looking to do some more work here. But again, Paradise Valley coming into the top half of the second inning with a 1-0 score. Again, they struck first. And it's not really surprising considering the rap sheet that they have coming into this game. They are, of course, 2-4. They have more losses than wins. But, of course, the days that they have won by a lot. Of course, last game they won 16-6 in a nice battle against Gila Ridge.
Yeah, their head coach Ira Jeffers says that this is a good team that has quality hitters. It's just that they just need to find the time to get really good.
So here comes Bailey Nagayan.
A win. Bailey win.
Bailey win. Here comes the pitch to win. It's going to be right down the middle, just on the outer part of the plate. It's going to be in the zone, though. It's going to be an 0-1 count.
This is actually only the fourth at-bat so far this year for Wynn. 2 for 3 in that stretch.
Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be tapped. And it's going to look all the way to the outfield. And getting to it is going to be the left fielder, Nate Bunger. Nate Bunger gets his first out of the day. It's going to be quickly one out here in the top half of the second inning. Here comes Nick DeShad. Nick DeShad's playing left field today for the Trojans. Here comes the pitch to DeShad. Swung on and missed at a ball just well below the zone. It's going to be a strike. It's going to be an 0-1 count. And if you're Thornburg, you just got to get comfortable up there, right? You got to get comfortable at the mound. You got to understand what pitches you're throwing and just kind of get comfortable with the zone. And that's exactly what he's trying to do here. And this one smacked. And this might have a chance, and it is gone. Home run. Nick DeShad. Home run. Hawk or Paradise Valley adding to their lead. It's now 2-0 here in the top half of the second inning. That was hit well beyond left field. Braden Lamb said, I can't get that one back, and that one just left the yard. Paradise Valley, though, keeping the damage going.
And he may be in the later part of the order, but he is still really dangerous. He was batting .333 before that.
Yeah, definitely helped his average here. Here comes the pitch again. This is going to be swung on and tapped. Line shot foul on the first base line. We're going to try it again. Here comes Sean Green, the catcher, who has been helping Tommy Marshall behind the plate. Here comes the second pitch of Tommy Marshall. And this one's going to be outside.
If you're Kasai Thornburg right now, you got to try to contain this damage because
this one's going to be tapped, and it's going to get over the shoulders of Zayden Davis and into right field. Nate Bunger going to quickly get this one back in, but getting on with the hit is going to be Sean Green. So he's going to be on with his first hit of the day. So he will be he's going to be substituted for and pinched run for. Curious to see who's going to be taking first base. It's number 14 for Paradise Valley, Hayden Wynn. Hayden Wynn is on first base, being the pinch runner for Sean Green. Sean Green able to just hit that one into shallow right field and able to get on first base. So a pinch runner on at first, and we know Hayden Wynn for being a very fast runner. So of course they're going to have him potentially steal a base here. This is going to be well inside chest level. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count.
And that was almost the second hit by pitch in this game.
A rainbow now going over left center field. Making the backdrop look even nicer after this rain is slowly but surely passing. Hayden Wynn at first base being the pinch runner for Sean Green. This is going to be down the outer edge of the plate. It's going to be a ball, 2-0 the count.
And it was raining a little bit about an hour before this game, but that passed within 5 minutes. This current batch of rain is a little bit stronger. 2-0.
There comes the pitch. This was going to be ripped And this one's going to find its way in front of Braden Lamb. And getting on first with a hit is going to be...
That single brings up number 3, Lewis, to his second appearance in the plate.
So 2 guys on. Again, a runner in scoring position now with 1 out.
And here comes Braden Lewis. He scored the first run of the game for the Trojans. He's what really got that first inning going for them.
This one's going to be well outside the zone. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 1-0 count.
If you're Paradise Valley, this is exactly the start you wanted. You wanted to get out on the board early. You really want to enforce your slugging percentage on these guys.
Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be well below the knees and into the dirt. It's going to be another ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count. So Braden Lamb's playing right field. Playing left field is Nate Bunger. But Paradise Valley keeping these hits rolling as they are already at 2 hits apiece now. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be well outside, just on the outer edge of the plate. It's going to be another ball. 3-0 the count. Again, 1 out. Anything can happen here. If this is a ground ball into the infield, you could potentially turn 2 if you're the Hawks right now. Of course, turning 2 is what's on there. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 4 on a 4-pitch walk. Bases are now going to be loaded for Paradise Valley. So Paradise Valley back to threatening again. Here comes Adair Ortiz. Adair Ortiz is playing second base today for Paradise Valley.
And the most dangerous hitter on this team could bust this game wide open.
Thornburg delivers, and it's going to be well below the zone. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 1-0 count. And again, helping out Kasai Thornburg behind the dish is going to be Sebastian Droing. Droing, of course, the catcher for the Hawks. He's been doing well to start the season off. Here comes the pitch. This one we ripped right to Mako Morales as he gets there and tries to turn 2, but unsuccessful at that. Here comes a runner coming home to score, and he's going to be safe he's going to be safe standing up coming home. But that was a nice routine play by Mako Morales as he flipped it over to Zayden Davis to get that second out. However, runners are going to advance. However, runners are now going to come home to score to just increase this lead by 2. It's now 4-0 Paradise Valley. And they're going to just have 1 runner on first. Here comes number 12, Connor Mitchell, playing the third base position. Let's see if he can potentially get another hit added to the board. Again, 4 hits Paradise Valley has. And within those 4 hits, they're able to tack on 4 runs. So it's 4-0 the score.
And Buckeye just nearly was able to get out of this inning, but unfortunately they weren't able to turn the double play. The throw was a little errant, so PV got 2 runs out of it.
This one's going to be popped up, high pop above Nate Bunger, and he's going to get there to retire in the top half of the second inning. However, the Paradise Valley did add 3 more runs in this inning. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. It's 4-0 Paradise Valley. Really well. Of course, his first game with Buckeye this season, he did have 4 RBIs, so he could do this again here. This one's going to be sky high above left field, and making the catch is going to be Nick Deshode. And from our view, that looked like it was about to leave the yard, but instead it was tracked down by Nick Deshode, retiring Sebastian Droing.
It looked like that ball was going to get out just like Nick DeShodes into left field earlier, but DeShodes is like, no, I'm the only one who's going to get a home run in this game.
They got some crazy depth out there in the outfield. Swung on and missed. 0-1 the count on number 8, Joey Jankowski, or number 8, Adrian Ferrero. Here comes the pitch. Ferrero's going to swing and miss at this one on this ball below the zone. It's going to be an 0-2 count with 1 out. Oh, 2, 1 out, the pitch. This one's going to be just on the outer part of the plate, just edge the zone. It's going to be ruled the ball. It's going to be a 1-2 count.
Looked pretty good, but
again, outside on the lower left-hand part of the plate, it's going to be another ball. It's going to be an even count, 2-2 with 1 out.
Fierro is 3 of 6 so far this year. Oh,
and this one almost hits him. It's going to be a full count, 3-2. This one's going to be ripped. And this one's going to be right into the mitt of Nick DeShow. Quickly, 2 outs here. As the rain is starting to pick up, the cloud is starting to just hover over us now. This is what happens when you're in Arizona during the month of March. It rains. That's what happens. Here comes number 12.
You beg for rain the entire year, especially during the summer.
Joshua Juarez is going to line this one into left field and beyond with his first hit of the day. He's going to be on first. So Hawks might be potentially brewing up something here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, even their first 2 outs, they were able to get some. I mean, they were able to get some really good hits out of them, and now they finally got their first base hit of the game. And they need to start picking up the runs, because that's what's going to keep them in this game.
So 1 on. Here comes the pitch. This one he tapped right to the third baseman. He sticks with it, fires over to first, but not wide right off the bag. But we got Juarez trying to take third, and he does successfully. They now got both runners at the corners, third and first, with 2 outs. Hawks are threatening here.
And that was going to be a tough play for Paradise Valley to try to convert.
Here comes Josiah Thornburg, the pitcher. He has 1 strikeout in this game. He's going to potentially get the first run for the game for the Hawks right here. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be lined, and this one's going to find its way into left field. Juarez is going to come home to score. Juarez is going to come home to score, and it looks like Thornburg, with not only just his first strikeout of the game earlier, but now getting his first run on the board. And it is raining pretty hard now. We're trying to share the wealth here, or share the umbrella. So quite a lead at first is going to be Thornburg. 2 outs in this game. Again, 4-1 the score. With the rain coming down, these players are playing in it. This is what makes baseball fun. Am I right? This one's going to be well above the zone. Not too sure if that slipped out of his hands because of the rain, but runners are going to be advancing to third and second base. Again, Thornburg advancing to second. Both runners in scoring position. They could potentially tie up the game.
Oh, yeah, they very well. I mean, this would be a great time for Buckeye to have their very first home run of the year and tie this game up at 4-4. But the main objective right now is to get those runners from second and third in.
So 1-0 the count, 2 outs the pitch. This one's going to be right down the middle on number 4, Zayden Davis. Zayden Davis playing second base today for Buckeye.
And he's still searching for his first hit of the year.
Could potentially get his first hit of the year and first run of the year. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be just below the zone. It's going to be a ball on the outer left-hand part of the plate. It's going to be a ball, 1-1 the count with 2 outs with 2 on in the bottom half of the second inning. And it's kind of funny because to our right, it's clear. But then just under us, it's a storm. Or just over us is a storm. So maybe this can pass, which is why the game is continuing to play on. 2-1 the count. This one's going to be just below the zone again for another ball. It's going to be a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Again, Zayden Davis can play outfield, infield, and pitching. Today he's playing second base. This one's going to be swung on and tapped well below the first base line. It's going to be foul. So full count, 3-2. Let's see if Marshall can get out of the jam. The pitch, this is going to be popped up, foul again beyond first base line. Again, Tommy Marshall having one strikeout in this game. Both pitchers today having both a strikeout apiece in this game. Of course, helping out Tommy Marshall behind the plate. So 3-2, 2 outs. 4-1 the score. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be ball 4. Quickly chucking his bat and hustling over to first base to load the bases up. It's going to be the Hawks. The Hawks are still in threatening position.
And what an at bat for Zayden Davis. He may not have gotten a hit out of it, but he was able to take his time, and he's on first base now, and the bases are loaded.
Here comes Mako Morales playing shortstop today. Mako Morales can potentially score in a run here, or potentially score in not only one run, but also 2 runs as the bases are loaded. Here comes the pitch, Tommy Marshall. It's going to be well on the outer left-hand part of the plate. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count.
Morales batting .333 so far coming into this game.
This one's going to be in the zone for a strike. Even the count, 1-1. Mako Morales can also not only play infield, infield being the shortstop position, but he can also pitch as well. A lot of these high school teams have 2-way, 3-way position players, and it's been working out for them well. I mean, being versatile is certainly crucial, especially if you want to get a potential scholarship in college, if you want to go somewhere after high school. Of course, being able to play multiple positions, it's really going to help you.
Oh yeah, I mean it gives scouts more variety to look at how what your strong suits are and where you can finally settle at. I mean, look at Bryce Harper, for example. He started in the outfield for most of his career, and he's been starting at first base lately for the Phillies.
Yeah, that could potentially be any of these players here that you're seeing. So bases loaded, 3-1 the count. The count is in Morales' favor. He is the top of the order. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be skied well beyond the right field line. It's going to be foul. We're going to try it again. 3-1 the count. 3-2 the count. It's a full count, 3-2. 2 outs with 3 on. Bases loaded. Mako Morales could potentially get it done to either tie this game or break the tie and actually hit a grand slam. We'll see. He could do anything here. Here comes the pitch to Morales. He's going to sky this one to shallow left center, and it looks like it's going to be the shortstop calling it off and making that catch. So that's going to do it. We head to the top of the 3rd inning here. Paradise Valley for Buckeye High School able to score in their first run of the game. It's 4-1. We'll be back here in the top of the 3rd inning. So we are back here in Buckeye. Kasai Thornburg still on the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be well below the knee. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be 1-0 count to start the top half of the third inning here. Again, the rain has potentially stopped, but we can't jinx anything. Fingers
hopefully.
crossed.
And here we've got pitcher versus pitcher. Thornburg versus Tommy Marshall.
He's going to hit this one right to David Castienda. Castienda going to fire it over to Coronado, and not
safe.
being there in time. He's going to be safe. Good hustle right there, but he's not on the bag. But he's still safe. So top of the order now.
Trojans.
And way to beat out the throw by Tommy Marshall.
So here comes Jorge Hernandez. Jorge Hernandez playing the shortstop position today for Paradise Valley.
We have a brief break in the action.
So again, Paradise Valley wearing bright red with Trojans in white written across their chest. And as for the Hawks, they're wearing a white uniform with Hawks written across their chest in dark blue. It's kind of like that blue and white and yellow for their hats, going against that gray and bright red. Paradise Valley swung on and missed. Good change of that, some good spin to it. That's going to put him behind in the count 0-1. So Jorge Hernandez is going to have to just battle here in this count. And again, pitching through 3 innings of work is going to be Kasai Thornburg. Getting a runner on first. Not much of a lead. No outs. The pitch. This one's going to be swung on and tapped right over the head of a leaping second baseman, Zayden Davis, and into the outfield. There's not going to be a runner in scoring position, and that being the pitcher. And also getting on first is going to be Jorge Hernandez. So it seems like the Trojans are potentially going to be threatening again as this game is tied 4-4.
And let me tell you, some of the hitters tonight from both teams may not be the most experienced, but tonight they are absolutely showing out. Hernandez batting less than 200 on the year, but to get that hit, put runners on first and second.
So Trojans could break the tie as it's 4-4. A lot of good.
I don't think it's tied. I think it's just.
Yeah, I think it's 4-1. I think it's 4-1. Yeah, it's 4-1. Trojans just want to keep this lead going here as we get to the top half of the third inning. Of course, not too much of a quick game going up until this point, but of course making it quick was the defense that the Trojans were having up until this point. Trying to go for a bunt, and he's going to be successful at that. It's going to be right in front of Thornburg. Thornburg going to flip it over to second base. He's not going to get the out. Bases are going to be loaded, and this is trouble for Buckeye High School.
Oof, personally, I would have just gone to first base and just gotten the easy out.
Yeah, they want to go too right there. But you got to understand, these are high school players they're playing up against. They're very fast. They're going to take first base as quick as they can, and that's what they did. Bases are going to be loaded with no outs. We might be seeing a lot more scoring here going on in this game.
And all that momentum that Buckeye gained in that second inning could very quickly dissipate depending on what happens in this next few at-bats.
So bases loaded. Thornburg delivers. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be right down the middle of the number 20 for Paradise Valley.
Nick
Deschaux, who made that nice catch in left field to prevent that homer from potentially leaving the yard. Had to go all the way to the wall to prevent that ball from leaving here. But here comes bases loaded pitch. This is going to be down low again in the dirt. It's going to be a 2-0 count.
Don't forget, Deschaux hit that home run in the second inning to make this game 2-0 and join Connor Mitchell as the 2 players that have home runs on this Trojans team.
Here comes the pitch. That's going to be just in the zone. The home plate umpire really likes those outside edges a lot.
Well, now you know. Well, now for both teams, you know whose strike zone is a little wide, so you can get away with maybe pitches that are a little outside the zone.
Here comes a 1-2. This was going to be a check swing, but this was just on the outer part of the plate. Again, not too sure where he missed, but even count 2-2.
Showed is now batting .375 on the year after that last home run.
This one's going to be swung on and tapped sky high to Braden Lamb. He's going to make the sliding catch. But that's not going to stop the run from scoring as number 5,
Owen Bird.
Owen Bird, comes home to score, and they just add to their lead.
15, Green up to bat.
So it's going to be 5-1 the score. Here comes Sean Green, the catcher. Again, runners at the corners, first and third. Again, that was number 10, Bailey Wynn, who made that, who hit that. Or Nick DeShow hit that, yeah. So here comes number 15, Sean Green, the catcher, who's been helping out Tommy Marshall up until this point. Again, we got Kasai Thornburg pitching through almost 3 innings now. Again, gave up 5 runs though, so it only hurts. As that one's going to be a check swing or check back to the first base. Getting there safely is going to be DeShow.
And it is important to remember, if you're Buckeye, that the Trojans are not a team that likes to steal.
Here comes the pitch. Inside. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 1-0 count to start this at bat. Kasai Thornburg wanting to get his second K of the game here. Could potentially do that. However, he is down by 1 pitch in this count. Again, below the knees, another ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count.
At this point in the count, you're looking to get a ground ball double play.
Here comes the pitch again, right down the middle. Good change. Had some spin on that. It's going to be a 2-1 count with 1 out with 2 on. Again, 2 runners are at the corners here. The Trojans are still going to be threatening in this game. Again, a little bit of a slower inning than usual, especially with all those runs that have been scored in this inning. Here comes the pitch, and up by, kind of just grazing the neck level. It's going to be a ball, having to just move out of the plate, move out of the box for that to avoid that pitch. It's going to be a 2-1 count with 1 out.
And like you said before, the Trojans have been threatening this entire game. I mean, right from the get-go. I mean, they were able to get runners on. They scored 1 in the first, and they got 3 more in that second inning, and they're looking to add even more into this third inning.
Here comes the pitch inside, having to just brush him off the plate a little bit for that 4-pitch walk. It's going to be taking his bid. It's going to be number 15.
Trojans, number 8, Jankowski, back to the plate.
So here comes Joey Jankowski. Not top of the order.
Actually, yeah, it is.
Top of the order. Joey Jankowski steps up. Joey Jankowski, of course, he's been a heavy hitter. He's been having a quite a impactful couple games. I mean, let's take a look at his rap sheet. Joey Jankowski, of course, he started off this season with 8 runs with 7 hits. He might be adding on to his hit count. He's about to have the same amount of hits that he's wearing on his back of his jersey, which is 8. So let's see if he can do that here. Again, bases are going to be loaded. That 4-1 pitch count on the last batter. This one we popped up. It's calling it. It's going to be the first baseman. Instead, it's going to be the catcher, Sebastian Droing, making that catch. Having to quickly get back at home plate, making sure no one steals home. It's going to be quickly 2 outs here in this inning.
Number 3, Lewis up to bat for the Trojans.
Here comes Braden Lewis, batting on the left side. Braden Lewis can play outfield, first baseman, and a left-handed pitcher. So again, we talked about how he's a 3-way player. It's only going to look good on him if potentially if he wants to go to college to play baseball. Being a versatile player is certainly going to be key. This going to be well outside on the outer right-hand part of the plate. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count with 2 outs with 3 on. Again, 5-1 the score. Trojans just look to add on to their lead. The rain has somewhat stopped, but again, I can't jinx anything. The wind has for sure stopped a little bit, but it's still lingering. Again, 1-0 the count. Here comes the pitch by Thornburg. Inside, below the knees, and down the dirt for another ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count with 2 outs with 3 on.
And it looks like a lot of these pitches from Thornburg are beginning to go on the inside part of the plate.
Again, no one really taking the lead, of course, because there is a 2 outs in this inning. Anything goes here on this hit. This one's going to be just on the outer part of the plate. It's going to be another ball. It's going to be a 3-0 count. Of course, that has been kind of the biggest struggle for Thornburg up until this point. Of course, not able to find the inside part of the zone, not able to just work with that home plate umpire because his strike zone is so wide. And just because it's wider, he's seeming to just be uncomfortable at the dish or at the mound. And it's just making him kind of have trouble finding the zone. This one's going to be for sure in the zone. It's going to be a 3-1 count. But of course, he's still behind in this count. Just going to have to work with number 3.
And now you have no choice but to throw strikes.
There comes the pitch to Braden Lewis. Right, and this one's going to be just on the outer part of the plate. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to bring home a runner on walks. Runner coming home to score.
Jorge Hernandez.
It's going to be Jorge Hernandez. It's going to be number 1, Jorge Hernandez. He comes home to score. Here comes Adair Ortiz.
He also likes to go by O.B. Ortiz.
O.B. Ortiz. Good to know. Good to know. Here comes the pitch. This one be swung on and tapped foul on the first base line.
So far this year for this Trojans team, at least hitting-wise, this O.B. Ortiz, the junior, he is the team leader in hits. He's the team leader in RBIs. He has a double on the year. Batting over 500 heading into this game. Through 6 games.
Here comes the pitch down and beneath the knees on the outer part of the plate. It's going to be another ball. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch by Kasai. This one's going to be swung on and tapped foul. Headed back towards the Trojans dugout.
One strike away for Kasai Thornburg.
Yeah, let's see if he can get his second punch out of the day. Again, 6-1 the score. Just wants to put that scoring to a halt. This one be tapped right to Zayden Davis. Zayden Davis flipped it over to Coronado, and that's going to do it. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. However, Trojans continue to add 2 to the board. It's 6-1. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning here in Buckeye. So we're back. 6-1 the score. And the rain has definitely not been coming back to us, which is a good sign. There are some on the far right-hand side of from where we're looking. It's a little bit of a dark cloud, but hopefully that will come when this game is over. But again, we are here, bottom of the 3rd inning. Again, a lot of scoring has been done by Paradise Valley. As for Buckeye, they've been just trying to keep it up, but they're only able to have 1 run added to the board. Again, Tyler Work alongside David Iniguez. Diego, what have we been seeing up until this point?
Well, I mean, for Paradise Valley, they've just been at it from the jump. They've been getting runs on the board, and that first inning, of course, Buckeye real it was a 1-2-3 inning. I mean, that last inning though did provide a spark of hope at least for their hitting. And if they, of course, like I mentioned before, if they want to stay in this game, they've got to get hits now.
Yeah, they got to do it now, or even just in the next inning. Of course, it's only the bottom of the third inning. Here comes the first pitch to start this bottom half of the first inning or third inning. This one's going to be a nice little breaking ball down in beneath the zone. It's going to be a 1-0 count on number 6. Again, Tommy Marshall still on the mound.
Sebastian Drawing is at the plate.
Here comes the pitch from Drawing. Drawing's going to hit this one behind the Buckeye dugout. It's going to go foul.
Oh wait, excuse me. That's David Castaneda.
Yeah, David Castaneda is playing the first base position, or no, he's playing the third base position. Here comes the pitch, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be swung on and hit right to Connor Mitchell. Connor Mitchell sticks with it, fires it over to first baseman Braden Lewis, and that's going to do it the first half of the bottom half of the third inning.
Castaneda grounds out. That brings up number 22.
Here comes number 22, Braden Lamb. Braden Lamb, of course, today playing the right field position today. Of course, we got that wrong. We said he was playing left field, but instead he's playing right field today. But he's been making a couple catches out there as well. So we've been seeing a lot from him. But of course, that first out is going to put them behind here in the bottom half of the third inning. Again, it is 6-1 the score. Mitchell fires. It's going to be right down the middle. What's your thoughts on this pitch arsenal that we're seeing from Tommy Mitchell? A lot of these balls have spin on it, and they even got some breaking action.
Oh yeah, I mean so far, the first inning alone, he was able to get out through three on just around like 3 to 5 pitches or something like that. Second inning, he was able to get out of that jam, and so far he's been able to work a really good third inning.
Here comes the pitch. Swung on and reached at. Kind of had a lunge at that just to make contact with that pitch. That one's going to be hit foul. And, it's kind of funny. We're in a neighborhood right now. I mean, what if a car gets hit? I mean, this ball been traveling on the far third base and first side line, and it's been going like kind of out of the field and into the other people's parking lots. So this one's going to be well inside.
And that kind of reminds me of what happens. I think that's happened at Fenway Park a couple of times, where sometimes players have hit home runs that have just slammed the
Or at
windshields of
Wrigley.
cars.
I mean, it's all in kind of like a neighborhood, and you can't really build ballparks around neighborhoods unless you want to pay the price of your car getting potentially dented or hit. Because I just saw a car just come out of this parking lot with one of the balls being fouled off, and I thought that car was going to get hit. This one's going to be swung on and hit. It's going to be right to Braden Lewis for Paradise Valley. He's going to put away Braden Lamb. Both Bradens kind of put each other away there. 2 outs in this inning. Again, Paradise Valley have been having a lot of quick innings because of their defensive work. They've been playing really well with their depth in the outfield and, of course, their pitching.
Oh yeah, they've done a great job tonight handling the 1, 2, and 3 hitters on this Buckeye squad. It's really the other batters in this order that have done the damage so far for
This
Buckeye.
one's going to be in the zone on number 23, Sebastian Drawing. Sebastian Drawing is helping out Kasai Thornburg behind the plate. This will be a breaking ball action, found, smashed into shallow left field, and it's going to drop. Sebastian Drawing's on for another hit today. So with 2 outs, Sebastian Drawing keeps this inning alive.
And heading into today, he was batting .333.
So he's going to be pinch run for. Curious to see who's going to be at first base, though, pinch running for him. But stepping up to the plate is going to be Adrian Ferrero. Ferrero today, he is playing center field today for the Buckeye Hawks. Again, now that it's not raining and now it's not windy, now it's just cold. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be dribbling in front of the catcher. It's going to be a ball well below the zone. It's going to be a ball. 1-0 the count with 1 on.
Maybe cool for you, but I'm doing pretty.
I'm wearing short sleeve pants and short sleeve shirts. So of course I'm dressed like it's about to be 100 tomorrow and 100 today. And this one's going to be hit right to the shift. Adair Ortiz gets it, fires it over to Braden Lewis, and that's going to do it for the bottom half of the inning. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Buckeye High School still down by 5. So we are back. 6-1 the score.
Number 12 Mitchell to bat for the Trojans.
This one's going to be just below the zone. It's going to be a 1-0 count to start this inning off. Of course, top of the fourth inning we go.
And it is Connor Mitchell.
There comes the pitch. Connor Mitchell's going to swing this one, and it's going to get right in front of Adrian Ferrero, and it's going to get past him and go all the way to the center field wall way back there. It seems like Mitchell's not stopping. He wants third, and he's going to be on third with a triple. And that silences the crowd to my right.
Brings up number 16.
Yeah, that ball just got, that was a classic. It just got behind the center fielder for Buckeye, and Mitchell was able to get 2 extra bases out of that. Or 3 extra bases out of that.
Yeah, 3 extra bases. Give it to Connor Mitchell. He's been on a tear today. Of course, having that home run last game that you mentioned in that pregame that we talked about, and even the slide, and this one's going to go way behind the back. It's going to go to the backstop. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 1-0 count.
Mitchell thought about stealing, but went right back to
Yeah,
towards the catcher.
Mitchell has a .412 slugging average, definitely increasing that average on max preps later on today. Yeah, this guy was pretty much player of the game last time, and now he might be player of the game yet again. But of course, he was not the guy to hit a home run today. Paradise Valley is another guy who hit a home run for Paradise Valley.
Nick DeShode.
Was Nick DeShode, correct. Who actually prevented that home run earlier today by that other guy. It's going to be dribbling in front of the catcher. It's going to be another ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count. The count, the pitch. Out. This is going to be in the zone for a strike. It's going to be a 2-1 count. And it's not magic nor robotic system. The strike zone isn't as wide for both squads today. Of course, that ball was just on the outer left-hand part of the plate. It was in the zone, though. It's going to be a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch again. This one's going to be up high, neck level.
No doubt about that one.
Yeah, it's going to be number 16, Tommy Marshall, who plays third base and also a right-handed pitcher. He is the pitcher for today for the Trojans. Again, a runner on third base, that being Connor Mitchell. He had that triple, which was a line drive right to center fielder. Adrian Ferrero went back behind him. This is going to be swung on and tapped. Kind of hit him as it went foul, but he's going to try that again. It's going to be a full count, 3-2.
I was about to say I thought for sure that was going to be a ball before it got into the catcher's mitt.
So full count with no outs. Trojans can still add on to their lead as they're up by 5 here in this game. Again, 6-1 the score. Had 2 runs in the last inning. Here comes the pitch. This one be ripped foul. Again, Keziah Thornburg getting his 4th inning of work today.
So far, there's been an inning scored in every inning.
Here comes the pitch. Swung on and tapped foul again. Same location. It's going to go well beyond the backstop and out of play area. And again, what if there's a car just driving by? Like, that car might get hit. I'm not kidding. There is literally a road surrounding this stadium, so there might be a car potentially getting hit. A lot of these foul balls exiting the stadium. 3-2 the count with a runner on third. Thornburg delivers. This will be ripped, and it's going to be right to the second baseman, Zayden Davis, to just prevent Connor Mitchell from coming home. And that's going to be the first out of the top half of the 4th inning. Again, 6-1 the score here.
And now Jorge Hernandez is coming back up.
Yeah, Jorge Hernandez, I think this is what, 3rd at bat today.
Yeah, in his last at bat he got a hit, and he was part of the runs that scored in that last inning.
Here comes the pitch, 1 out. This will be ripped, and it's going to be a popped up ball. Calling it is going to be Mikhail Morales as he makes the catch at the pitcher's mound, and that's going to retire Hernandez. Hernandez really upset, really wanted to drive home Connor Mitchell, but still, Hawks are doing a great job keeping Mitchell at third base, not preventing the run from scoring. They're doing a great job in this inning defensively.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, when you start off the inning allowing a triple, I mean, and then to just come back and get 2 outs on some easy flyouts. I mean, you got to be really encouraged if you're Buckeye right now.
Thornburg delivers. This one going to be tapped foul again. Back at us.
And hey, as long as one of these foul balls doesn't hit my car.
Right? Or a pop-up that goes beyond the fence and onto this umbrella that we're holding right now still, which I don't even think we need this umbrella.
Yeah, I don't
think we need it. We might give it to the nice people that gave it to us. Again, popped up, foul ball. It's going to go into the stands, not into the road. So 2 outs in this game. Now we're the only ones having this umbrella here. If you don't need it.
I'm on 1 the count now.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a ball down low on the outer left-hand part of the plate. It's going to be another ball. It's going to be even up the count, 1-1.
And once again, this is Bailey Wen.
I think that was a wet ball, so they're going to potentially dry this one off before giving it back. Of course, the field being wet might actually impact this game that we're seeing in front of us. Of course, still got 3 more innings of work to go. 6-1 the score, 2 outs, top of the 4th, 1-1 the count with the runner on third, the runner being Connor Mitchell. Hawks, the last 2 outs have been crucial for them, really preventing Connor Mitchell from coming home to score. Of course, he hit that triple, and now he just wants to score if you're Connor Mitchell.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you start off with a leadoff triple and don't get that run in at the end of this inning, that would be a major disappointment. I mean, you're still up 5 runs, but still, you got to try to get as many runs in as possible.
So 2-1 with 2 outs. Keziah Thornburg delivers. This is going to be a fastball well below the knees. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 3-1 count. The count is going to be in number 17. Or number 10's favor, Bailey Wynn. Bailey Wynn today, he can play first base and a right-handed pitcher. So another versatile player. Here comes the 3-1, the count, the pitch. This one we ripped, and this one's going to get right past the diving Mako Morales. And coming home to score is going to be Connor Mitchell to just add to the lead again. It's going to be 7-1 the score. And Bailey Wynn with his first RBI of the day. Now batting is going to be number 20, Nick Deshaw, who had that home run you mentioned. He hit that bomb over left field wall. He was actually the first run of today, or the second run of today. So 7-1 the score. He might increase the lead again, potentially here. Again, it's dark out now. The rain has officially passed us. Again, we got Bailey Wynn at first base with a little bit of a lead. Thornburg is going to deliver in this 2-out situation. The pitch is the up high neck level inside. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. Again, we are still in the top half of the 4th inning here in Buckeye.
Yeah, and that home run hit by Deshaw in the second inning was a no-doubter.
Here comes the pitch with 2 outs. Thornburg delivers. It's going to be just on the outer part of the plate again. Another ball. 2-0 the count. Again, I think the strike zone is just being wide, being a little bit. I think it's wide, but it's not too, much in length. Of course, the strike zone is kind of getting into Thornburg's head, trying to learn how to just work with the home plate umpire here. It's certainly getting into his head as much as Bailey Wynn being at first base with his lead. It's also getting into Thornburg's head as well. So there's a lot of pressure on him right now. And with 2 outs, I think anything can happen right now. You can just rely on who's behind you, especially the outfield. You just want to pitch the contact at this point, especially in a 2-0 situation with 2 outs with a runner on first. Thornburg gets the sign. He shakes his head, nods, he delivers. It's going to be outside, 3-0 the count.
And we've seen this situation all night. Whenever Thornburg is in a very close situation, whenever there's a few 2 outs on the board, his strike zone his ball's just begin to go outside the strike zone.
It's going to be a ball 4. So runner going to be taking second base. Runner gets on first. Runner's going to call time. We might have a pitching change or just a visit. We'll be back here on Varsity Show. So we are back again. A runner moving into scoring position. This is going to be well in the zone. So runner on second, runner on first.
Sean Green currently at the plate for the Trojans.
And this one's going to be popped up well below our heads, well beyond our heads and out of the field. It's going to be another foul ball. It's going to be an 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Had to look much closer, though, for our cameraman behind home plate. The 0-2 pitch.
Swung on and missed at a ball in the dirt. Taken first, but being out and quickly getting out of this inning. And it was Thornburg, who was still staying in this game, it was just a mound visit, able to just work out of that jam, listening to the what coach had to offer. He's gonna get out of this jam. 7-1 the score. We did now take you guys to the bottom half of the fourth inning.
Game time. 12, Yeshua Warren.
Here comes Yeshua Juarez, who's able to score the first run for Buckeye. Got him on the board first. Of course, 7-1 the score. We are here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And again, still on the mound is going to be Tommy Marshall. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a breaking ball down and below the zone, but a check swing, and he went around. It's going to be an 0-1 count.
We've got the designated hitter, Yeshua Juarez, up for Buckeye. He's batting .250 going into this game. Only 4
This one's
at-bats.
this one's going to be just on the outer part of the zone. It's going to be a 1-1 count. And it's going to be he's going to go around on that swing. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Another swing and a miss. Juarez going down on strikes. Marshall gets his second strikeout of the game. Again, still working through nearly almost 5 innings. Still doing a great job on the mound. Here comes number 14. Nate Bunger playing the left field spot. The pitch. Another changeup just on the outer part of the zone. It's going to be a 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. This be swung on and tapped foul back towards us. Get an even count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Here comes the pitch. Outside, below the knees. It's going to be a ball. 1-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be looked at blown right by him. It's going to be a strike, well in the zone. Good fastball. 1-2 the count with 1 out.
What an impressive inning so far for this Paradise Valley team.
Again, changeup gets him swinging. Make it 3 punch-outs today for Tommy Marshall. Quickly 2 outs in this inning here. I mean, it's high school baseball. Anything can still happen. Even though they're down by 6, they can still work their way into this game. 2 outs in this game to go.
But man, ever since that second inning, it looks like Tommy Marshall has really settled in on the mound.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be, well, again, in the zone, same pitch that he's using. He's working with a good breaking ball actions, working out effectively here by Tommy Marshall, really putting the pressure on number 70. There comes the pitch again outside on number 11, Kasai Thornburg, who is still, he's at the dish, which means he might be pitching again in the next inning. Of course, 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be strike 3, fastball, caught him looking. Make it 4 punch outs. Tommy Marshall. We head to the top of the 5th inning here in Buckeye, Arizona. We are back.
And we are back here in Buckeye as we are starting the top of the 5th.
Jankowski up to bat for the Trojans.
Tommy Marshall just threw 3 straight punch outs in that 4th inning to get us to this point. Cy Thornburg is indeed still in the game. He was on the plate in the last inning, and he is now back for his 5th inning of work. So far in this game, it is 7-1 Trojans. The Trojans have scored in every single inning of this game so far. That's in the zone for a strike. Joey Jankowski at the plate right now for the Trojans. The pitch, and it is popped up, and and it's dropped. It is dropped by Buckeye. Looked like an easy out. Will instead turn into an error, and Jankowski is on first base for the Trojans.
The Trojans, Lewis.
Now Buckeye will try to recover from that error. Here's the pitch. And it is ball 1. Braden Lewis currently up to bat for the Trojans. He scored the first run of the day today. Batting .353 heading into this game. It is now ahead with the 2-0 count. Braden Lewis is not only plays His positions are in the outfield. He's a left-handed pitcher, and he is also on first base. Very versatile. Now the pitch. It is ball 3. This is the characteristic start that we've seen from, at least from the pitching today for this Buckeye squad. Although they have gotten out of some really big jams, just like they did in the last inning. And this time they will have to get out of another one as Lewis takes ball 4, 4 straight balls for the walk. And now, here comes Obi Ortiz. But before that, they're going to do a mound visit. And for good reason, as Obi Ortiz is the best hitter on this Trojan squad. Cy Thornburg pitched for 4 innings today. It looks like this will be it. Or could possibly. And the wind is really picking up here now.
Number 8, Adrian Fierro, taking the mound for the Hawks.
And that was indeed Thornburg's last batter face of the game. Now pitching for Buckeye will be Adrian Fierro. He was actually playing in center field today, and we will be right back here on the Varsity Show.
So we are back. Again, top of the 6th inning here in Buckeye. Again, runners on first and second base.
Oh, and just a correction. Oh, yeah, it's top of the 5th inning.
Top of the 5th inning here. It's going to be up high, neck level. It's going to be a ball.
Adrian Fierro trying to get out of this jam for Buckeye after Kasai Thornburg allowed the first 2 runners he faced to get to first and second.
This was going to be sky high above Braden Lamb, as it's actually going to be Zayden Davis, the second baseman, to track it down and record the first out on the top half of the 5th inning.
And that's a good recovery from Davis, because during the first at-bat of this inning, he actually had an error that resulted in the first batter getting to first base.
So runners second and first, the pitch. Up high above the zone. So 7-1 the score. The check back to second base, getting there safely, is going to be number 8, Joey Jankowski for the Trojans. Again, Joey Jankowski's on at second base.
Jankowski, heading into this game, he's the team leader in runs with 8, looking to increase that total.
The pitch swung on and missed, blew it right by him. Seems like Adrian Fierro, the guy in the center field position, is getting the crowd to my left all riled up. Of course, the student section is here in attendance for Buckeye Union. The look over to second base. He now delivers. It's going to be outside on the outer left-hand part of the plate, on the right-hand part of the plate. It's going to be a ball. 2-1 the count with 1 out with 2 on.
And the
This one's going to be ripped sky high to Braden Lamb as he's going to get there, taking third base and sliding. And it's going to go right past the third baseman, but a good backup. A lot of good chemistry that we've been seeing in the infield, of course. Having to back him up, of course, was Fierro, having to race over the third base, making sure that ball did not go all the way to the dugout, because that would have scored in a run. But that will be 2 down now in this inning. Runners are on third and first.
Number 16, Marshall.
Trojans started out this inning with their first 2 runners reaching first and second. We have a steal attempt, and there's going to be no throw. Runners on second and third now for the Trojans. The pitch. All down, 1-0. Tommy Marshall doing an excellent job on the mound tonight for the Paradise Valley Trojans. And now,
so Adrian Fierro with 2 outs in this inning, still trying to keep this inning scoreless here. 7-1 the score. Really haven't been seeing any scoring be done until the top half of the 4th inning. Now here we are in the top half of the 5th inning. Runners on second and third. This one's going to be swung on and tapped right to third baseman David Castienda. He's going to fire it over to first, and getting there. It's going to be safe at the plate, or he's going to be out.
from my angle, that looked like he beat the throw.
So we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning here. 7-1 the score. We'll be back. Tyler Work alongside Diego and Inguez. We'll be back here on Varsity Show. We are back. 7-1 the score here. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be down and outside the plate. It's going to be a ball. 1-0 the count. I feel like if you're Tommy Marshall, you just want to play with what you can get here. And of course, the strike zone is a bit wide. This one's going to be well above the zone. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count.
Hector Villa currently on the mound at the plate for the Hawks.
It's going to be just on the inner part of the plate. It's going to be ruled a strike to make the count 2-1. Again, stepping up to the dish for Buckeye is going to be Hector Villa, the freshman, as he takes the nice big swing and a miss at this one to even the count 2-2. Marshall delivers, he fires, swung on and missed with a fastball, grazing right by him. Tommy Marshall gets his 5th strikeout of the day. Pitching through almost 6 innings now. What have we been seeing from Tommy Marshall?
Well, I mean, the first few innings of the game, he was doing a great job. But the past few innings, just as the game has gone on, he's just gotten stronger. I mean, the last 4 batters he's faced, he's gotten 4 strikeouts. I mean, he is in the zone right now.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be up high, ball left hanging above the zone.
Also got to give credit to Buckeye too. I mean, they may be down 7-1, but in these past few innings, they've done a pretty good job containing the runs that have been scored by the Trojans, and they're still playing. They're still playing this game.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Again, stepping up is going to be Michael Morales to start the top half of the order. Swung on and missed at a ball just being thrown right by him. It's going to be a 1-2 count with 1 out.
Morales playing shortstop today.
This one's going to be in the zone, called strike 3. Make it 7 punch outs for Tommy Marshall as he retires a heavy hitter known as Mako Morales. Stepping up to the dish now is going to be number 26, number 25, David Castaneda. Castaneda playing the third base position today, doing a great job over there today. Of course, no shift by the opposing squad who is visiting today, known as Paradise Valley. The pitch, this one's going to be tapped, and this one's going to be a liner right up the middle into the outfield. It's going to get right in front of Joey Jankowski, and getting on first base with another hit is going to be David Castaneda. David Castaneda, seems like this is just going to keep on going for him today.
Oh yeah, and I mean the fact that he just got on first base. I mean, watch out for him to steal second base. Braden Lamb now up for Buckeye.
This one be swung on and hit right to Marshall. Marshall's just going to slowly toss it over to first baseman Braden Lewis. And that's going to do it. We head to the top of the 6th inning here in Buckeye.
So after
We are back, top of the 6th inning here in Buckeye. Tyler Work alongside David Iniguez.
Hernandez up to bat for the Trojans.
So the rain has officially stopped, but it is windy, so that might play a role in where the ball's going to be heading once it gets popped up yet again. A lot of pop-up balls have been being played out today. 0-1 count. Again, Adrian Ferrero still on the mound for the Hawks. Swung on and missed at a ball well below the knee. It's going to be an 0-2 count. So,
And Fierro did a great job getting out of that jam in the last inning. It's actually the first inning where the Trojans didn't score any runs the entire game.
this one's going to be ripped. This one's going to get right past the left fielder, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to be Nate Bunger. Got to quickly get this one in, but stealing second and being safe with a double is going to be Jorge Hernandez. Make that 2 hits today for him.
Oh, man. And what a day for Jorge Hernandez. I mean, he's had a tough season so far. Able to get his second hit of the ball game, and especially to get that double to lead off this inning. What a game he's had.
Here comes the pitch. Up high, well above the zone. We're going to try it again. So 7-1 the score. The pitch. This one be popped up, foul. It's going to look like it's going to head into the stands, and it does.
Just about 15 feet to our right.
Yeah, if it was me and Diego every time broadcasting, we would at least get one ball being popped up right to us because these balls are leaving the yard constantly. 0-1 the count with one on, and that person being on is going to be Jorge Hernandez. He's in scoring position. Again, the Trojans are back at it again, threatening again.
And yeah, they just don't stop their hitting barrage.
It's going to be down in the dirt. That was a good stop by Sebastian Drawing, who is still down there helping out Adrian Ferrero. Adrian Ferrero was originally playing the center field position. Now he moved on to playing the pitching position, so he might actually close this one out, play the remaining of this game, but we'll see. He checks back over to second base. He's now going to fire back over to second base just to make sure Jorge Hernandez gets back at second, and he does so.
Remember, Fierro was able to get out of a first and second base jam when he came in relief in the last inning. So he is more than capable of getting out of these situations.
Here comes the pitch. It's going to be right down the middle, but move the ball. So 1-1 the count. Here comes the pitch again. It's going to be swung on and tapped foul towards us.
2-2 the count now.
Here comes the pitch again. It's going to be just below the belt buckle. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it's going to be a full count on number 10, Bailey Wynn. Bailey Wynn got a hit in his last at bat, swung on and missed. He's going to head back towards the dugout. That's going to be Adrian Ferrero's first punch out of the day. 7-1 the score. Again, one player in scoring position, that being Jorge Hernandez. Again, Trojans wearing bright red with Trojans in white written across their chest. So it's that bright red and gray going against that white uniforms with Hawks in blue written across with the yellow hats. So that white, yellow, and this will be a sliding stop, firing it over to first and not getting there. Ball's going to go right past the first baseman, Alex Coronado, and they're not going to have both runners in scoring, both runners at the corners.
Number 15, Green, up to bat for the Trojans. Shot single first.
And that's not the first time the Hawks have given up an error like that. They have had opportunities to get out of innings like the inning where they gave up 3 runs in the second. They had a chance to get out on a double play, and on that play they were trying to get another out, but Another error puts the Trojans in scoring
This
position.
one's going to be hit, and this one's going to be a routine fly out to the center fielder for the Hawks. But coming home to score is going to be Jorge Hernandez as he races home and is safe at home plate with coming home standing up. It's going to be now an 8-1 score in the top half of the 6th inning with 2 outs.
Once again, the Trojans back on their scoring barrage.
Here comes Joey Jankowski. Has the same amount of hits that's on the back of his jersey, and that's 8. So 8 hits with 8 runs going into this game. He's going to go enter the box with the runner on first. Here comes the sky-high hit, and calling it off is going to be the shortstop, Mako Morales, to make that final out of the top half of the inning. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. 8-1 the score here in Buckeye. We'll be back here on Varsity Show. Still having the wind blow here in Buckeye Union. 8-1 the score as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Here comes Sebastian Droing, who had a hit in his last at-bat, able to maybe to keep that up. Maybe a 2-game hit streak. We'll see. But on the mound, I mean, still Tommy Marshall pitching through 6 innings now. Of course, when you're only up by 7 runs, you're definitely going to be comfortable going into this game. Popped up, and it's going to be foul beyond the Buckeye dugout. Tommy Marshall just has a lot of breaking action on a lot of his pitches, and that's what's really been catching these hitters off guard, especially Spencer Droing, who was able to just get a little bit in front of it, able to get a little bit of a piece on it. But let's see what he does here. 0-1 the count. This one's going to be below the knees and into the dirt. It's going to be dribbling into the catcher's mitt. It's going to be a ball. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, that breaking action you talked about for Marshall. I mean, so far, Buckeyes just had no answer for it.
Here comes the pitch. This one be popped up again, getting a little bit out in front with it. Trying to get it, and he will get it. Tumbling down to the ground, making that catch is going to be Sean Green. What a catch to put the first out of this bottom half of the inning. Here comes the pitcher, Adrian Fierro, who has 1 strikeout in this game.
Wow, what a catch by Sean Green.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get there or not. It looked like he was just tripping up at the last moment, but...
So 1 out. Here comes Adrian Fierro, who was playing center field to start this game, and now he's pitching. He might actually close this game out. This is going to be tapped foul.
And yeah, I would say it's very likely he's going to be closing the game out. He's done a pretty good job in relief. He's only allowed 1 run in his 2 innings of work.
This one will be tapped foul again. And that's going into the road. Here comes a pitch. This one you lunged, reached at, and hit, making contact, popping it up again, and it's going to be not making the catch this time. It's going to be Sean Green. He has some clearance though. He didn't make that catch, but he did make that catch before, so he still got some credit behind the plate there. So 0-2 the count with one out. Marshall just wanted to get out of this jam quickly here.
Yeah, it looked like it was an exact, that pop out was going to be an exact copy of the last out the Trojans recorded, but we're just not able to hold on to it.
Oh, 2, one out the pitch. This one be hit. He got under this one. Calling it is gonna be the left fielder to make the catch. It's gonna be Nick DeShad. Again, he made 3 catches out there playing the left field spot, doing a great job. What have you been seeing from Nick DeShad up until this point?
Well, I mean, to start off, I mean, the home run he hit to begin the game obviously really got the Trojans to set the tone with their hitting. And that home run that was almost allowed in the second inning that was robbed by DeShad, I feel like that's really defensively as well set the standard for this Trojans team tonight.
Here comes Yeshua Juarez. Yeshua had the first run added to the board for Buckeye, but he was the only run, as this one's going to be in the zone, just on the lowest part of the zone. It's going to be a 0-1 count.
Yeah, I just feel like in the second inning, Buckeye had a little bit of momentum with their hitting. They were able to get the bases loaded before leaving the runners stranded. Ever since then, though, it's just been very, very quiet.
Change up breaking ball action just finds the inner part of the plate in the zone. It's going to be a 0-2 count. Marshall might get his 8th K of the day. Let's see. Make it 8. Marshall gets out of the jam. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Tommy Marshall on a jam for Paradise Valley. It's 8-1. We'll see you in the top half of the 7th inning. We are back, top of the 7th inning here, final inning here at Buckeye Union. 8-1 the score. And again, the Hawks gonna have to just do well defensively here to just prevent any more runs from being scored. Agent Fierro doing some second inning of work. He's gonna hit this one, and this one's gonna get right in front of Nate Bunger. He's gonna get this in one. He's gonna get this one in quickly now.
And Braden Lewis for Paradise Valley just continuing to have a great night for the Trojans.
Yeah, I think he got a hit in every single at bat today.
And yeah, I mean the guy's batted, like I said before, he was coming into this game with a 353 average.
Number 5, Bird up to bat for the Trojans.
He's been doing an excellent job today for this Trojan squad.
This one be on the outer part of the plate. It's gonna be a ball. 1-0 the count. Agent Fierro. He had that one strikeout in the last inning. He might do that again here. We'll see. But he got a runner on first, no outs. Can't work 2 here. Here comes the pitch. This one hit right. Hit 2-1, 2-2, double play. That's exactly what the Hawks wanted.
And
As they just want to get out of this top half of the inning.
And that was without a doubt the smoothest defensive play we've seen from this Hawk squad the entire game. Simple double play, 2 outs now in the inning.
So here comes number 12, Connor Mitchell. He hit a triple in his last at bat, so this is a power hitter right now. But he is up against a different pitcher, though, for the Buckeye Hawks. He's up against Adrian Fierro, so this matchup might be a little bit different than the last at bat. It's going to be up high above the zone. It's going to be a 1-0 count with 2 outs.
Of course, the right-handed pitcher versus the left-handed batter. This matchup definitely favors.
Bat waving above the shoulders. The pitch down and below the zone. It's going to be another ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count with 2 outs with nobody on.
And like I said, this matchup is definitely favoring Mitchell right now. The left-handed batter versus the right-hander.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on and taps, fell almost towards us. I got a little scared. I was like, that's bad. I hit the table. No, it didn't. We're good. Went into the road behind us. Now, 1-0 the count with 2 outs. Again, stepping up to the dish is going to be number 12, Connor Mitchell. He can play first base, third base, and a right-handed pitcher today. He is playing the third base spot for Paradise Valley. He's in a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Fierro delivers. It's going to be swung on and tapped. And this one's going to find its way into the outfield and all the way to the wall, getting right past the center fielder.
We're going to see a second triple out of him
Yep,
today.
another triple for Connor Mitchell as he comes sliding to third, and he is safe. So second triple of the day, back to back too. I mean, this happened twice in a row, so seems like the Trojans are not letting up here later in this game.
Connor, and what a hit by Mitchell. I mean, 2 triples in a row. I mean, I know a home run is worth the run, but a triple, that's the hardest hit to get in all of baseball. So to get 2 triples in a row, my gosh, does this Trojans offense have something to work with?
This one's going to be another line drive into the outfield. It's going to be left fielder Nate Bunger getting in front of this one and bring it back into the infield. But scoring is going to be Connor Mitchell, and they add their lead. It's now going to be a 8-point lead that the Paradise Valley has now. And now batting is going to be Jorge Hernandez. The guy can play shortstop and a right-handed pitcher. Today, he is playing shortstop today. He is a sophomore. Here comes the pitch to sophomore Hernandez. He's going to hit this one. This one's going to be hit all the way to center field. Calling it and getting it is going to be the center fielder for the Hawks. That's going to do it. We head to the last half of the inning of this game. We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. We'll be back here on Varsity Show. We are back. Uzi Vert's going to start this bottom half of the 7th inning. We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tyler Worgo alongside Diego Iniguez. And what a game we have been seeing. Now, what do you think the Red Hawks or the Hawks have to do to just stay in this game? I know it's a bit of a lead, but what can they at least do to get on base?
Well, I mean, you got to try to get back to what happened, what you did in that 2nd inning. I mean, I know the last few innings have been a huge barrage, huge barrage of runs by the Paradise Valley Trojans. But I mean, the best thing you can do right now is just try to end this game with some pride.
And that's what they're going to do, especially being home at Buckeye Union. Here comes the pitch, swung on and missed, chest level pitch. It's going to be an 0-2 count. It seems like Thomas Marshall, from starting the game to now, he's going to be potentially finishing the game. He's going to potentially close this game out in a 1-2 count. The pitch, it's going to be right down the middle, caught looking. Make that his 9th K of the day. He's going to retire, Nate Bunger.
And the main emphasis of this game was definitely to get runs if you were the Trojans, and if
Here comes the former pitcher in today's game, Kasai Thornburg, as he watches this pitch dribble outside the catcher's mitt and go out of bounds. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. And this one's going to be looked at for a strike, 1-1 the count.
And the main emphasis for Buckeye in this game, it was to get on the board because they don't have a lot of strong hitters in this lineup. But I mean, they did do a pretty good job in that second inning. But ever since then, I mean, they've just been completely overwhelmed by this performance by Marshall.
And Thornburg exit the game today only having 1 strikeout. He's going to swing and a miss, and he's going to get, and on the opposing team, it's going to be Tommy Marshall getting his 10th strikeout of the day. It seems like he might strike out the side to retire this game and the Hawks.
Yeah, for the second time around, he may actually strike out the side. I mean, he did that a few innings ago.
So 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Marshall delivers, swung on and missed again to number 26, Hector Vila, who kind of subbed into this game later on. He is the freshman for Buckeye Union. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. The pitch, swung on and missed again, 0-2. Again, he struck out his last at bat, really just wanting to just be a little bit more patient at the plate. I think that's what Coach Ryan Willett really wants for his team. Here comes the pitch. It's swung on and missed again. 1-2-3 punch out. Make that 11 strikeouts and make that the ball game. The Trojans are going to walk out of Buckeye with a win. 9-1 the score. And again, Tyler alongside Diego Hernandez. Diego, what have we been seeing from the first half of the game to the second half? What have you been seeing from this game, from this Trojan team?
Man, what a performance by the kids from Bell Road. Full disclosure, I actually went to Paradise Valley High School. No bias. I mean, so look, no bias though in this reporting for this game. But in all sincerity, I mean, what a great performance by Paradise Valley. They did a great job on both sides in their pitching and their running and their hitting, and they've definitely got something to look forward to this season.
Yeah, I mean, both teams kind of having almost the same amount of record, but of course, it's who they're going to be playing up against, which is going to apply a lot of pressure and make this season a lot harder. Of course, both these squads have started their season, so it's not the end of the world if Buckeye got this loss. Well, they're going to pick themselves back up for their next game, but Trojans right now, they're on a 2-game win streak, and they might potentially keep that up going on. But of course, I want to say thank you guys for listening. If you guys stuck from the very first inning to the very last inning, which is the 7th, I want to say thank you guys for listening. My name is Tyler Wilger, alongside Diego Hernandez. I want to say thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. And yeah, bye.